Hey, Mikey, we like it.
Not a huge surprise, but clearly one of the great comebacks since Burt Reynolds' hairline. It came in a two-word statement, which is now just begging to have a Nike campaign built around it. Quote unquote, I'm back.
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I have returned. It's been a while. We've been busy, okay? I had to take some calls. I had some higher-ups coming to me. They needed an art direction. They needed a director. I had politicians, government officials, kings, queens. I was busy, okay? At the end of the day, it's no excuse. I should have been here. It's my job as commissioner to be here, and I wasn't. And so I let down my fans, my family, my teammates, my coaches, and of course, my employees, you guys. So I don't want that to happen again. And barring a disastrous world event like nuclear warfare or something of the sorts where my expertise is needed, it shouldn't happen again. So what are we doing today? Of course, we're looking at our dynasty. We're actually going to advance live as you see it in the flesh. We're going to force some losses. But there's something that's got to be said today, guys. There's a problem, right? There's a problem happening in the league, and that's losses, okay? We didn't come here to get beat by computers. So I called up one of my buddies. I told him, look, my guys need a pep talk, so I'm going to let them speak for a little bit. Soak it in, you know?
I'm too small. I'm not big enough. I'm not fast enough.
Bullshit.
I don't have what it takes.
You? Whew.
To
Be the best and stay there. Sweat is necessary. Ah, so true.
Walter and Jerry had their heels.
Mm-hmm.
Never being comfortable.
Never.
We're just good enough. It's right now or never.
It's right now or never.
I prepare so no one can take what is mine. No one can replace my mind, my heart.
You tell him, Ray.
Lombardi inspired me. And now our biggest prize bears his name.
Mm-hmm.
I'm older. Of course I'm older. That's the beauty of it. 16 years plus. Different level of wisdom, different level of understanding, different level of punishment.
Mm-hmm.
I want to live long after my records have fallen, long after my rings have tarnished. And whatever you got to do to make sure you chase your legacy every second of your life. Will you be remembered? How would you be remembered? Why wouldn't you fight for the greatest achievement ever? Leave your mark.
I couldn't have said it better. Look, guys, we all needed that, okay? Not just me, not just you, all of us. Because this was a piss poor week. Yeah, I mean, you're seeing it now. Look at all these games I'm forcing. This isn't, you might look at it and think we've got a rogue leader on our hands. No, I was asked to do this. All these guys had to leave, and I'm not saying it's their fault, but it is. I think that should be it. That should be everybody. And I will go over this. Oh my God, a little bit later. Let me just advance this. We can take a look at how we're sitting. Okay. Week 10. It's the dog days, fellas. Again, I missed some time. I'm not going to go through every week, okay? I want to go where we're sitting on the total rankings, on our division rankings, who's going to play for what. Shout out Chauncey. Big game this week for me. So, first and foremost, everyone's question, what's the top 25 look like, right? We got some movement. We've got Ty Elias sitting at number 4. I mean, when's this guy going to stop? This is ridiculous. In a powerhouse division, not the best, but a good one in the Big Ten. And it looks almost inevitable we will be seeing Wisconsin play in the postseason. Second up, we've got what some might call a little bit of a dark horse in Ryan Detlefson at Arkansas. Beating number 17 Ole Miss last week. They're coming in. They're number 10, guys. I mean, you tell me. I see 3 SEC teams make it 4, okay? Very impressive stuff from the Arkansas Razorbacks. And, I think they are going to be able to end it on a high note. 6 spots back for G. Buttersnaps at Oklahoma State. After some would call it a commanding string of wins against Blake Wilshire's Kansas State, Gavin Goldsby's UCF, everyone thought, wow, this guy might win the Big 12. And then Arizona State came and said, no, you're not going to do that. So is the season over? No. Is it going to be hard? Yes. We had a huge loss, it looks like, from Arizona, actually, because they were leading the Big 12 at one point, and they just lost to Iowa State. Truly embarrassing, dropping back 9 spots. I can't believe that. All these teams jumping up out of Kansas with maybe the most impressive win of the week against UCF, barely sneaking out a W. Some say it was a fluke, not me, but some. And then, of course, we've got Gavin Goldsby at UCF and Blake Wilshire at Kansas State. Wow, 11 spots for Kansas State. I mean, painful to say the least. And, of course, these guys, it's a matchup here. If there's any semblance of hope into making it into the postseason, you have to win out, including this big game here. You lose this game, you're going to see guys start leaving. Not UCF, because Orlando's a fantastic town, but maybe Kansas State. Can't think of a bigger reason why you would want to stay there if your team is not winning. No disrespect, of course. So again, we're able to look at the CFP bracket here. This is a first for this league. And so let's see what they're guessing here. Wow. Where did Liberty come from? I didn't even look at them. I didn't know they were ranked. Right now, we're sitting at one single team controlled by a user, and that is Ty Elias to be sitting in the college football playoffs. And the 6th seed is a bit egregious. I mean, who is Georgia Tech? Have they played anybody? I think it's ridiculous that they'd even be considered to be a 4th seed. And before someone comes in here and tells me you don't know how the seeding works, these guys won their division, you're right. I have no idea how that works. So if someone wants to let me know, then maybe we could start scheming a little bit better on how this is going to play out. Let's look at our Heisman watch. I can guess Ollie Gordon made no movement. Still 100 yards in the loss to Arizona State. If you have money, I'd put it on this guy, folks. But Ches Malusi, I mean, Ty Elias is really driving a hard bargain here at Wisconsin. And, as you would expect, they've got a running back up there. So best of luck to all of you. No one's going to be beating out Ollie Gordon. He has got that essentially locked down. Now, this week, what are we looking at? You guys probably don't care about that, understandably. So let's look at the scores and schedules and see who's going to be playing this week. Of note, of course, because some teams like a 3-6 Kentucky, no offense, I don't mean to single you out. We do not care. This game, again, huge game. At the end of the day, it might mean absolutely nothing because 3 losses for both of us, it's going to be hard to squeeze in anywhere. Not a lot of user games, I'd have to say. So we have, this is, looks like it could be a good game for Arkansas at 7-2. One loss might kick them out, and they aren't even making the playoffs as projected right now. So they really do need to win out. Mizzou at 4-4 after a very hot start. It's almost like they're calling G Buttersnaps at Oklahoma State. I really hope I'm still saying his name right. the Grim Reaper, because everyone he plays, they just fall apart after. He beat Mizzou. He beat Kansas State. He beat UCF, and look where they all are now. It's scary, to be honest. At a 16 seed nonetheless, brings me to their game. Not a lot matters there, but again, they're going to need to win out as well if they want to see those bright lights at the end of the season. And Florida against Texas, usually this would be a game that would excite people. But after Mark Hagman took over in Florida, it seems as if the interest levels have died pretty far down. This is a big game for you SEC guys, Alabama and LSU. If you're looking at trying to win the division on that, let's take a look at those divisions and see where everyone is sitting. Conferences. Sorry, excuse me. So the Big 12, 3 users, it's going to be hard, right? We have an undefeated Baylor. Yeah, this is going to be tough, folks. I mean, with UCF having 3 losses, they're essentially completely out of it, right? We're going to need these top 3 teams to start losing, and Blake Wilshire and G are going to need to start really figuring it out. At the end of the day, I don't know if either of these guys are really going to play for that title game. Is it possible? Yes. Is it probable? No. Big Ten, Ty Elias just itching to get that title away from Michigan. 9-0 to his 8-1, both undefeated in the conference. We're looking at a most likely situation of a title shot here, assuming no big changes are made. But, look out. Maryland's undefeated as well, and Oregon's only got 1 loss. Guys start going down. It's going to be a dogfight in the Big Ten. A dogfight. It's looking pitiful down here for our 2 buddies, Al and B-Task. I don't know if I can look, but I'm assuming both coaches are very much on the hot seat. That being said, USC sneaky win against Washington last week that really is going to help the coach try to stay and make a name for himself down there in Southern California. And then last but not least, we've got the SEC. I'd say closer, and at the same time, not any closer than any other division. Somehow Kentucky has played 7 games in conference. Maybe the schedule makers should go back and figure out exactly where they went wrong there. But Arkansas is the only one with a chance to do anything here, folks. Oklahoma's got to lose. Luckily for them, they can pray Alabama takes down LSU. Or maybe even you want Alabama to win out and just need these 2 to start losing. You play them in the championship, right? So, again, the only person with the chance here is Arkansas. I think there even is, 1-5 is tough, Maltby. Very tough. But understandable. I'm not calling anyone out here, by name. Of course, I would never do that. But we're getting there, folks. Again, we want to look at we've got, we're on week 11. We've really got, 4 more weeks and then our bye week, Army-Navy. And then we've got the conference championships, right? So in 4 weeks, including this week, it's a win out is necessary, guys. I don't know how else to say it. I don't know how to put it. If you lose right now, consider yourself on the hot seat. I think that's about it for me, folks. Again, I'm sorry for the lack of communication, right? I need to be better, and I will be better starting here on out. That's my promise to you. The guys at UCF are pumped. We think we've got a real dynasty here. And next year, we're going to come out even harder. We're going to end this year on a good note. And I hope you guys do too. Signing off.